Fayaz 4K here. Welcome back to another one. Today we're going to be talking about monitors. I got this box over here. I got my camera over here. And that means we're shooting on my iPhone 11 Pro. Let's just get right into it. Let's just dive right into it. So this is a Feelworld monitor. Now, the box of the Feelworld monitor. It's a 4K HDMI monitor. I'm going to have a link below where you guys can take a look at this. It's a lot cheaper than the major brands that are out there right now. Hence the reason it kind of attracted me to take a further look into this and then eventually buying this. So I use this monitor for all my YouTube videos as well as for work. So when I'm shooting videos for my clients, primarily interview type of videos where I have my camera stationary on a tripod stand, I like to look at what's going on the bigger screen versus the smaller screen. A little bit about this monitor. It is 4K. It runs off a regular HDMI, which then plugs into my Sony a7 III via mini HDMI. All right. Once we get this open, we have some literature. We have an actual HD TV to mini, and then I have an HDMI to mini HDMI as well. So it comes with a couple of cables. Comes with this visor frame and the actual visor itself, which I've never quite used, but it helps block out the sunlight and such from hitting your monitor so you can have a better look at what you're recording. Believe it came with the battery. Pretty sure it came with the battery. It came with a charger, and this is actually my second or third cable I've gone through now. I find that my HDMI mini part especially tends to break on me, either in my camera bag or once or twice I've actually had the monitor fall off my camera, and then that kind of tugs on the cable, and then unfortunately these break quite easily. So yeah, this is like my second or third cable that I've gone through, but that's the cable. And then it comes with this nice hard case. So I'm gonna get this hard case open and show you what's inside. So in this hard case, we actually have a mount. Okay, that kind of looks like that. It has another cold shoe on the side over here. So as you can see on the box itself, that there is a Rode micro mic mounted onto it. You can have whatever you really want mounted onto it, but I really like the fact that they gave you a little cold shoe here because this is already taking up the spot on top of your camera. And then you have your monitor. Okay, so that's what it looks like right over there. Okay, that's it. Clearly says 4K on the side over here, and the brand, the Feelworld brand. At the back is where you have the spot to mount your battery. So I'm gonna put this together and I'm gonna show you how it looks fully assembled. Okay, you have to make sure you put the battery in right, otherwise it's just not gonna power up. And this is what kind of tricked me out. When I first bought this, I was like, okay, there's something wrong with it. It doesn't work. I was feeling bummed out. I was ready to return this. It's just one of those things. I like the monitor, but the construction of it is made slightly cheaper. So, I mean, if anybody else has a Feelworld monitor out there that would like to comment below and let me know if you've had the same issue. The fitting. It's just the fitting. So, again, once you mount this in, okay, it won't go in as smooth as you'd want it to kind of click in. So there's like, let me show you this close up. There's these gold pins at the top, and there's these two little holes here at the battery. So, and there's like a track that it has to kind of go into, and it has to get into those holes perfectly. And if it is on perfectly, then you'll know, and your monitor will turn on, and you'll see this little orange light over here, okay? So if you do end up buying this monitor, and if you don't get the battery in the first time, just try it a couple of times. It's probably not a defective monitor. It's just the way your battery slides in. It's very, very, very picky. I gotta tell you that. So that's the blue screen. I'm just gonna turn off the power right now. Okay, and I'm gonna put the bracket on. So bracket can be placed on, there's like 3 places where the bracket can be twisted onto: the bottom, the side, and the top. So we're gonna just choose the side because that makes the most sense. And once the monitor is set up, assembled fully with the bracket on, it will look something like this, okay? So there's the bracket, there's the monitor, and here's the battery at the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this onto the camera to show you how everything looks together, and then I'll give you the full description about this, and then we'll try it out, turn it on, show you all the functionality and menu options there are. Now what I like about having a monitor is that depending on what you're shooting, you can position the monitor in that way. So if I am shooting a client, I'm going to obviously have the monitor facing me. However, if I'm shooting a vlog, for instance, what I would do is I would have the monitor facing the front of the camera so I can see how I'm looking and how I'm fitting in the frame. I wish there was a rubber piece in here because I kind of feel like just there's a lot of friction with the metal to metal over here, and it is metal, it's not plastic. So if it's not tightened on properly, this will slide off, this will come off, okay? So once this is mounted onto the camera, it's gonna look something like that. We're gonna plug in the HDMI cable as well. Here, goes into the side, and that is what it looks like. So I have the monitor turned off at the moment. As soon as I turn it on, give it a second. Okay. There you go. So the bottom monitor shuts off and the top monitor turns on. So I'm gonna just hit the record button over here. Here I am on the camera. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna hit the playback button and you'll see there's a bit of a delay. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And there we go, okay? So it does take time, especially if you wanna check something and you have a client waiting. It can be a bit problematic if you are on a crunch with time. Let's say we wanna play this video real quick. Let's see how quick that goes. And now let's say we wanna go back into the shoot mode. All right, so there we are again, and it's not too bad. So here's my first thought. From the playback mode to live shooting, it's quick. But from live shooting to viewing the playback, it takes a few moments to actually go back and take a look. So there is a slight delay. Let's talk about specs real quick on this monitor over here. It's a 5.7-inch monitor that I have placed on this camera over here. This is the F6 model of the Feelworld. I'm gonna have the link below again where you guys can take a look at this one over here. And you guys can shop around for other sizes and other models. I believe they've gotten a bit thinner. This one is about a year old. So at the top here, we got some menu keys, and I'm going to quickly tell you what those are about and read them out to you. At the top, first we have an F1 and F2. Those are keys that you can use to create presets of your choice. And then we have an AF3, a VF4, a menu button, a left and right navigation button, and then the actual power button. There's a lot that you can play around within the menu to customize your monitor to your liking. So what do I think of the monitor itself? Well, it's lightweight, easy to use. However, I feel that just the way the battery mounts on at the back isn't the greatest quality. It's not the best fitting. I wish it was. Second of all, for charging time, it takes hours, like hours as in like I've noticed about 5-6 hours to charge this. And the fact that there's a slight delay, especially when you're going from a live view to the playback, when you need to just quickly check something, you're just waiting. I guess the last point I would mention is that I wish it had some kind of rubber type of add-on to the bottom of the screw-on clamp here. Just the way it sometimes just wiggles and moves around from left to right, just like that. And the next thing you know, it just like, I tighten this, it slides off. So not made the best, to be quite honest. Like I definitely feel a piece of rubber right over here at the bottom. If you guys can see that at the bottom here, it would have been fantastic to kind of just make sure that this tightens on well, or if it was made out of plastic, I feel that it would have had a better grip than just metal on metal. But other than that, I think it's not bad for the price and for the job that it has done for my work as well as for creating YouTube videos. Pretty good. So that's my review on the Feelworld Monitor. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. I just wanted to remind you to smash that subscribe button because it'll help a lot, and hit that bell notification so you're up to date on my next upload. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.